Hi, this is Todd from Boots on the Ground Coaching again. 6 days ago, I walked our oldest daughter up the aisle to get married right in this very spot. And I was doing just great. My wife and I walked our daughter up and she was holding onto my arm. And as we got closer and closer to the front, I had this overwhelming sense of emotion. It was almost uncontrollable. And what I experienced and what I realized was going through my mind were regrets. What kind of regrets? Things that I didn't do that I wished we had done. Things that I had done that I wished I hadn't done a certain way or said things a certain way. One of the things that I really wanted to accomplish as a dad was with each of my children to fix up an older car and give it to them. Well, we had started this process several years ago, but we ran out of time. We ran out of the expertise that we needed to get this car finished. And so we weren't able to get it done. And I was thinking, I wish we could have completed that. I wish we could have had some more of that time together. And those thoughts and thoughts like that were going through my mind. And I was experiencing significant regret. Now, these regrets had absolutely nothing to do with the man she married. Great guy, fantastic guy. She is totally crazy about him and he is about her. He's solid. They're both strong individuals. They're going to make a great team, a fantastic team. That wasn't it. But what I was regretting were those things that were going on in my own mind, things that I wished I had done that I hadn't. But what I realized as I was watching the ceremony, as I was sitting there watching the two of them say their vows and commit to spend the rest of their lives together, was this. I had actually succeeded as a parent. My wife and I had been able to raise a daughter into adulthood. She is independent, she's strong, she's kind, she's gentle, she's loving, but she also knows her own mind. She's going to be a great partner with Mitch. The two of them are very similar. We had succeeded. That's the goal of parenting, isn't it? To raise children into adulthood like that. I thought, okay, how do I deal with these regrets? And what I realized is that we all experience regrets. None of us do anything 100% right all the time. And this is true professionally as well. For those of us who are leaders and managers, we need to remember we're going to make mistakes. We're not going to do some of the things that we want to do, and we're going to do things and say things a certain way, and we'll wish we hadn't taken that approach. We can choose the regrets that we're going to live with. One of the regrets that leaders and managers must make sure that we never, ever have to deal with is the regret of not growing as a leader and as a manager. If our organizations and our crews and our shops, whatever we're in charge of, whatever we're supervising, if they're going to grow, if they're going to be a healthy place, a productive place, a place where people find fulfillment and a way to reach their potential, we cannot forget to grow ourselves. Leaders and managers have to stay ahead of that curve. We don't just respond to change. We don't just respond to things that happen. We need to be ahead of them. How do we do that? What are some of the tools that we need to be that kind of leader? How do we need to grow? Well, I'm also the author of More Than a Hammer, Leadership Tools for the Trades, Part 1 and Part 2. 2 books in print form, digital form, but also audio format. So you don't have to read, you can listen to them in your truck, your car, your SUV, at home, on the job site, wherever you are. And some of the tools you're going to find inside More Than a Hammer that are going to give you the ability to grow yourself as a leader and as a manager include how do we become better communicators? Not just us towards someone else or them towards us, which is very important, or us, how do we communicate well with a group of people? But how do we make sure our organization, our crew, our shop, how do we make sure that the right information is being passed on to the right people at the right time consistently? How do we deal with conflict productively? How do we lead change so we're not just reacting, but we're out front of the change? These are some of the tools that you're going to find in More Than a Hammer. These are tools that are going to help you grow as a leader and get ahead of the challenges that leaders and managers face on a daily basis so that we can choose the regrets that we're going to have. We're never going to approach everything 100%. But if we continue to grow as leaders and as managers, the only regrets we're going to have are going to be small ones. Ones that we can deal with easily. Never let your regret be that you didn't invest in yourself, that you didn't grow as a leader or as a manager. Click on the link below, www.morethan-a-hammerbook.com, www.morethan-a-hammerbook.com, and you're going to be able to gain access there to Part 1 and Part 2 in print form, digital form, or audio format. Pick up a copy for yourself and every leader in your organization. Invest in yourself and lead the other leaders in your organization to invest in themselves. I look forward to spending more time with you inside More Than a Hammer Leadership Tools for the Trades. I'll see you there.